This is me on Swains Lane on Saturday morning. Today, 18th of October. It's horrendously steep. So, that's when I start to suffer. It's not too bad, to be honest. Suffer is a strong word. I take that back. I'm in the easiest gear on my bike. It's not big enough chainring at the back, so I can't spin. I have to kind of grind. Jeez. So I've had, I'd say around 14 or 15, maybe 16 bananas today. I had about 6 before I went on my ride. It's an hour and 10-minute ride up the hills. I should enter some footage, so you'll probably see that. And around Regent's Park once, all in London. Came back, had around 8, 9, possibly 10 bananas in a smoothie. Hit it back, went down really quickly, because I was very hungry after my ride. Yeah, and it's what, 10:30 now? No, 10. I'm gonna do some drawing, lie on my floor, listen to some music. Yeah, the drawing is the main bit for me today because it's the weekend. I can do what I want, so I draw, which is what I do in the week.
Now I'm in the bath, having a little wash.
I just wanted to make a quick note, and just say that since going vegan, 18 months ago, whatever it was, the best thing I've got is not necessarily my, fitness on the bike, say, or my what else would you get from it? Lack of illness. I mean, that's obviously really helpful, but you don't really think about it too much. Tend to take it for granted. But the best thing I've noticed is that I've got the energy and the purpose and the sort of clarity of mind to be able to do what I want in a day. Whereas before I was trying to do stuff, but I didn't have the energy, my back was hurting, and I had to lie down or like have a coffee or do something weird to get myself motivated and actually do it. And it was a lot more confusing. Whereas I feel now as though if I eat more and I eat right, I can do what I want. The problem is that, it's not a perfect system. Sometimes I mess up, I won't organise my fruit. So for example, yesterday I ran out of bananas. I had to eat some crap in a place called Oaxaca, which is just miserable. The portions were tiny. And that really sapped me, so I was knackered by about 7 in the evening, which wasn't really good enough, and it felt a bit annoying. But if I'd had the right bananas and the right fruit, I would have been fine. And that's what's great, because I'm a really keen guitarist. I love drawing, and I love cycling. And they're all things which take up a lot of energy, as does anything, apart from basically watching TV and listening to the radio. And it's been great being able to do that. So I've gone for my ride this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, had my bath, I've been drawing when I was stretching, and now I'm going to hit some more drawing while my rice cooks for lunch or whatever I have. I might have some bananas, which is really exciting because I couldn't plan my days before. Whereas now I can think, I'll plan my day. I think I'll do cycling in the morning, I'll draw for 3 or 4 hours, then I'll go out and get some stuff, lunch maybe, I imagine it's food, and then I'll play the guitar for a little bit, and then I'll see my friend. Whereas before, I could do one thing, maybe do some drawing for 3 hours. Then my back would hurt. I'd have to go to bed or have a coffee, and I wouldn't know how I was going to feel. Whereas when you're eating right, you can have a consistency with how you feel. And because especially with veganism, what I'm doing, the range of foods that I eat, it might sound like a bad thing for a lot of people, but the range is quite small. So you can actually predict how you're going to feel. Whereas if you're going around the world, eating whatever you want, it's going to be a sort of cacophony of feelings that you're going to get, and emotions. Because you don't know, you could eat something strange that doesn't agree with you, or you could not eat enough because you're eating too much protein, too much fat, so you cut down the carbs. I don't know. Whereas it's great because I feel very consistent about what I eat. And so long as I'm keeping to that same pattern, I know how I'm going to feel, which is going to be good. So it means I can plan in those three things: cycling, drawing, and playing the guitar, which is fantastic because I feel like that's what I like dreaming about. That's what I think about when I plan my life. And when I kind of envisage what I want to happen, that's what I think about. And the feeling that I know I can do that when I come to the point where I can do it, I have the time, it's just brilliant. I wouldn't trade in any tasty hamburger or, hot dogs or God knows what everyone eats. Shrimp and mash. I wouldn't trade in any of that. Even fish. I love sushi, but I wouldn't trade it in because now I can do what I want with my time, which is far more important than that, hour-long meal in the day, which is, granted, really tasty. It's not like I don't think about pork chops and cutlets every once and then. But I just do the little calculation in my head. Do I want this or do I want that? Do I want the consistency in my training, in my mood, in my energy levels? Do I want that consistency, those three things there? Or do I want lamb chops with cheese sauce? For me, it's like a no-brainer. But I understand I'm in a different position because I had my life kind of fast forward when I had my back accident. And it meant that I had to decide pretty quickly. It was either sit on my ass, lie down, being miserable, or sort out my diet and do what I want. It's been an amazing ascent for me because, like I said before, in the last 4 years, I've been really suffering with my health, my fitness, my energy levels, my moods. It's been really, really tough. And this is what's helped me claw my way out of it. And 2 years ago, I couldn't sit on a bike. I couldn't walk for more than 800 yards, 500 yards, without feeling some, visit to the doctor worthy pain. Whereas now, I'm walking all over the place. The other night I walked 2 miles to football, played for an hour and 20, 2 miles back. That's only 2 years after I'm on this 18 months after this Vietnamese, this vegan diet, as I've started it. So it's been miraculous. It's not just the veganism, but I think that was the starting block, and that was the core of what has changed me. And from that, mental clarity, sense of purpose, energy levels consistent, drive, all these things. Like, there's such a nice feeling.